Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the filler segment this week. I'm your host, Brian, with my tag team partner, Will the Real Deal Richmond. Salute. Before we crack on today's episode, guys, you can support us on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch. Today's episode, guys, we're going to do our brackets. We revealed the brackets last episode. This episode, we're going to give you the results. Who's making it to win the Natty for March Madness? Who's going to win the Natty of the wrestling tournament?
Should be a fun one.
Yeah, it should be a fun one. And tonight, we also had last night at MLW Battle Riot. Tonight, we got Dynasty.
It's been a pretty busy weekend. I love it when it's like this, though. You know, gives me a lot to catch up on if I miss anything, and just keeps me very sports entertained. So, pretty excited for that. Pretty excited for Dynasty tonight.
So let's just crack on and get this on and popping, guys. We're straight out the South bracket. We got our first matchup. We got a number one seed going on. We're gonna when we do this, we're gonna break it down each bracket all the way until they get to the final four. We'll just break down this bracket, then we'll go to the next one, then we'll do the final four at the end.
Let's get it.
First matchup, we got John Cena versus the 16 seed R-Truth.
Yeah, definitely don't see no history being made in this one. Ain't no Maryland, Baltimore counties over here. Sorry, Truth.
Yeah, Truth. It's probably going to be a much like one of those big blowout 1 through 16.
Mm-hmm. Florida, Norfolk State type of business.
Yep. So, John Cena. This is an easy one to really go up. He's moving on to the round of 32. You have it? You want to go the next one?
Yeah, next up we have the always intriguing 8-9 matchup. I had Tatsuya Naito from out of New Japan and other promotions around the world against Batista, which would have probably made for an interesting match, contrast of styles, and Batista's been in there with guys much lighter and able to do a little bit more, but I'm gonna have to go with Dave on this one too. Too strong. Way too strong for me.
Yep, we got Dave moving on to round of 32. Next up, we got the Werewolf. Is it Werewolf, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Samoa Werewolf. Jacob Fatu against Chris Jericho. It's your 5 versus 12 matchup. Me personally, right now, I've got Jacob Fatu with the upset win.
I'm thinking upset as well. If we're going off of what we're seeing from them currently right now, just like in any other tournament, when you get hot at the right time, you can get it rolling and make some noise, and that's exactly what Jacob is doing right now. He got himself a title shot in his first WrestleMania coming up, and we probably all about sick of Jericho's ass by now anyway. So I'm thinking upset on this one too, man.
Yeah, we got Jacob Fatu guys moving on. He's our 12, or a traditional 12 versus 5. I like it. Next, we're going to have these guys during their eras, because if you're retired, we got to go to their best era. Mick Foley and The Undertaker. And this one, guys, there was a special stipulation. They went back to the Hell in the Cell match during this match.
And I'm still going with Taker on this one. Can't not.
Yeah, I agree. You got to give Taker the nod. He's moving on. Oh, that's going to be an interesting round of 32 matchup between him and Jacob.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
So, all right, we got your. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Next up, we got the Rock and Samoa Joe. I'm thinking upset on this one too.
Ooh,
I am.
I'm not.
No, I'm really thinking upset. I mean, because when you really break it down, prime, we're thinking prime Samoa Joe, TNA Samoa Joe against corporate Rock, I guess would be considered his prime, because he was, officially retired from being a full-time competitor at 30. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I really just, if they were to have had a match, I really feel like Samoa Joe would get the better of him just based off of what he's able to do in the ring.
You know what? If you want to go, we can go. We have Samoa Joe moving on. 14 first major upset of the tournament, guys. Brock is getting knocked out of the first round. We got Samoa Joe moving on to the round of 32. This next we got Jay Lethal or Anderson. I'm gonna have to go with my dude Double A. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's gonna hit Jay with the spine buster, basically almost break his back
Best
in the middle of that.
buster ever. Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Double A on that one too. Next one, it seems interesting to me on paper. Kane at 7 seed Kane against 10 seed John Moxley. I'm pretty sure this is going to be would have been a colorful one if you catch where I'm going.
Yep.
But so I'm gonna have to go chalk. I'm gonna have to go with Kane on this one.
I have to go with Moxley.
Really?
Yeah, we're gonna have to go with Moxley on this one, man. Because yeah, John Kane's done it. You know, he's did it for a long time, but I think this is we're gonna get Mox is gonna be that 10 seed who beats a 7 seed.
Okay, we'll go with Moxley on this one. We'll go with another lower seed upset here, which would make it our third.
Yeah, but that's 10-7's kind of like close anyways.
Very true. You're right. That one always can flip the coin and go either way. This next one is gonna hurt my heart, but you know it kind of is what it is. We got Sting at the number 2 seed against the number 15 seed Jey Uso, and I'm gonna have to go with Sting on this one.
Yeah.
For me, it came down to just career path and accolades at the end of the day. Like I didn't really make this decision based off of what they were able to do in ring because you can't really compare what they really do in ring. Nothing is really the same or nothing is really comparable. But you know, Jay's on his way up to being, you know, a bigger superstar than what he is now. And Sting is just legendary.
He's a legend, man. You can't go without Sting. That's kind of what I took Mox really over Kane is, you know, Mox was the 4th time AEW champion. He held the WWE title. Every time Kane got it, he didn't have it very long.
Very true. He was a very solid gimmick for a lot of years. So your reasoning does make sense. I get it.
You know, he was U.S. champion, a Continental champion, AEW AEW International champion, Grand Slam WWE Grand Slam champion.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the round of 32 in the South bracket, guys. We got John Cena and Dave. I don't see John losing this one. John better career.
They've had probably one of the better rivalries in our lifetime. Is one of the better rivalries in Batista's career. We'll go Cena on this one.
Yeah,
just looking at what's like up next. Yeah, we'll go Cena. We'll go Cena on this one because that makes things a little more interesting.
Heck yeah, I like that. Senior, he's moving on to the Sweet 16. I got even though they'd be close, but I got Undertaker beating Fatu.
Yeah, too much experience, too high of a ring IQ, and just Undertaker, man. Like
he's fought his uncles before,
cousins, probably his dad somewhere down the line. Who knows?
Yeah, so
this one was a pretty easy, pretty early, pretty quick Cinderella story for Mr. Jacob Fatu,
but not it was close, not close, but I think in the match, you know, it'd be a nice, good match to have if Prime Undertaker versus Fatu now.
Yeah.
Well, and I hope my dude, sorry Jacob, you're out of the tournament, but hey, I'll see you in a couple of weeks at WrestleMania, and you probably end up, which I'm kind of like upset about him getting that shot instead of Jimmy.
Yeah, or maybe they'll just have Jimmy take it off of him.
Maybe, yeah. So I was hoping that on that Monday Night Raw of WrestleMania, we would see two brothers cut together, one holding the U.S. title, and the other one holding the World Championship.
Yeah.
Well,
anything can happen, man. We've seen double title changes at Mania before.
Yeah, so all right. Next we got Samoa Joe and Double A. I gotta say, man, I think Joe's moving. The 14 seed's moving on to the Sweet 16 to me.
You think Samoa Joe could get the pin on or could get the W over Double A?
So got a W over the Rock. I'm pretty sure you can get it on Double A.
Yeah, that's true. But you also got to factor in Joe's a loner and Double A's not. But
He's not always been a loner.
no, but in an important match, you don't think that JJ Dillon would have anything to do with Arn trying to get a win?
Yeah,
Just
but
saying.
I just think Joe maybe he just overcomes the odds and hits him with that muscle buster and chokes him out.
All right, Samoa Joe for the win.
But yeah,
Samoa Joe for the win.
alert. 14 seed has made the Sweet 16.
Samoa Joe's looking like our early Cinderella so far.
Yeah. Next up, we got who we got?
Mox and Sting.
I gotta go with the Stinger. Even though
Yeah,
I like Mox, but this I think this has been his worst run right now of this title run.
Mox, yeah.
It's not been very good.
We still don't really know what the whole purpose of the briefcase or bag or whatever, and what.
Hopefully, we'll find out tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully
he drops it.
Swerve behind me gets that.
Yeah, hopefully he does drop it. I would love to see Swerve back there on top.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our Sweet 16, we have John Cena going against The Undertaker and Samoa Joe and Sting.
Yeah, I mean, we almost got what we actually just booked with Samoa Joe and Sting. Sting was a little bit past prime when he was in TNA.
They had matches, good matches.
They did, yeah. They had some good ones, but Sting was just a half a step too slow because he was getting up there in age and had took that layoff or whatever. But Sting's TNA run is something that's not talked about enough.
It was good.
It was, and I'm not even just referring to Joker Sting in TNA. He just had a very solid run as a whole once he decided to resurface and start working again. But
that dude did not want to go to WWE, did he?
No, not until the money call.
Yeah, the money call, but it was like for 2 matches.
Right.
And he never won in WWE.
Yeah, never did. He was 0-3, 0-2.
Whatever, how many it was. Yeah, because the old man probably did that on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But what you thinking about this John versus Undertaker?
Same thing I thought about it when I saw the WrestleMania. Same thing I thought about it. Squash, yeah.
For the Undertaker?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I have the Undertaker moving on. I love John Cena, but I have the Undertaker moving on to the Elite 8.
Has he ever beat the Undertaker? I don't think he has. I'm also not 100% sure how many matches they've had before.
Well, let's I'll look it up while we're moving on. Yeah, that's very interesting stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
I think that may have been their only encounter. I could be wrong.
No, I thought they wrestled at they wrestled at Hell in a Cell before.
Okay.
Yeah, they've wrestled quite a bit, but let's see. Moving on, we got
Sting and Samoa Joe.
Sorry, Samoa, you've had a good run.
Yep, the clock strikes midnight on Cinderella on this one.
And this is the match this Elite 8 match right here, guys. This is the match I've been waiting for my whole life, but we never got.
Never got. I see what you did there.
Yep. 2 versus 4. We got Stinger versus Undertaker. At the end of the day, man, I just think Sting had a better career overall.
Really?
Yeah. He did it everywhere.
We're talking accolade-wise, yeah, and like titles and title reigns and not just like recognition and popularity, because I've said it before and there's been plenty of people that have agreed with me or plenty of people that I've reiterated what they've said. But as far as The Undertaker being the best gimmick in wrestling history, Undertaker is the best gimmick in all of wrestling history, man. Never broke character. He was it. Like wherever you saw him, he was the Undertaker. and he was very protected. And I mean, it took him everywhere he wanted to go, but front to back, start to finish, I would have to go with Sting because I mean, you know, his path was a lot different. He saw success early on, but he didn't fold either. Like he just kept getting better and just kept, you know, winning and kept just being Sting, and like he held down a whole promotion against a juggernaut in like the prime of what, or I'm not even gonna say what the prime of professional wrestling was, but like that era, like during what was known as the golden era, maybe toward the end, but he kind of held WCW down for longer than I would say the Undertaker was the man when he, you know, where he was at. So yeah, I would go with Sting on this one. That's a good call.
All right. So coming out of the South bracket, guys, we got the Stinger is going to be your first Final Four member. So next up, we're going to come up is in the the East bracket. Yep, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And first on deck, we have Roman Reigns versus Ultimate Dragon. This would be a 3-second match in my book.
You think so? Ding, ding, ding. Spear, ding, ding, ding.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't see this one. I wouldn't foresee this one lasting too long either. And that's not being, you know, that's not showing any type of disrespect to Ultimo Dragon, but he's a cruiserweight, and you can only do the flippy stuff for so long until you get caught and slammed really hard, and you know, then you own spaghetti legs, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. John Cena versus History of the Undertaker. They would have 6 matches. They went 3-3.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't ever recall John Cena getting a clean win over the Undertaker.
He did. He beat him on SmackDown before the Vengeance match in 03.
Okay.
Then beat him on SmackDown again in 03 after Vengeance. And he beat him again on Raw in 2006.
Okay. Never knew that. Well, I'm glad I was able to be corrected on that. Thank you very much.
Oh, all right. So next up, we got. You go ahead.
Sorry. Why would you put this one on me? You see what's next. I don't want to say that man's name out loud.
Well, you could crush him.
I could. So next up in our 8-9, we have the great Antonio Inoki against that little dude with the mask that likes to swing through the ropes and kick people in the face. Dominic's daddy. That's his name. Dom's daddy.
What's his? Oh, Oscar.
Oscar, yes. And you already know Antonio Inoki.
Yep.
Not even quick. Just beat him, stretch him, hurt him, make him tap. Antonio Inoki.
Okay. All right, Antonio Inoki. He's moving on to the round of 32. I got Kurt Hennig and Edge. Ooh,
I know, and it's that damn 512 again. It's that damn 512.
What are you thinking on this one?
Honestly, if we're talking about like the different versions of guys in ring, I would have to go with Kurt Hennig because, I mean, you know, he's perfect. But
yeah,
I mean, there's really like no flaw. There were no flaws in the man's game, like whatsoever. He did everything, and he did everything well.
Yeah.
Personal feelings for Edge aside, he has always been very, very solid in ring. He's not always. He got a lot better on the mic, but I just feel like even before he got hurt, like seriously hurt, he was very limited in what he was doing. If it wasn't a ladder or a table involved, he was very, very limited. So that was one reason why I even seated him at a 12 was because, you know, Kurt Hennig is more of a professional wrestler. Edge is more of a sports entertainer.
Yeah.
So, you know, but and then there are the personal feelings. I'm just not a big Edge fan. There's really no two ways around it. Not saying, again, just because I say I'm not a fan of somebody don't mean I think that they're trash. His style just never appealed to me. And I think when you really, really get down to it, Kurt Hennig is just better. He's just better.
All right, I'll go with Mr. Perfect. I like them. Mr. Perfect. Always like Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, whatever you want to call him. Always a fan of him. The Perfect Plex is one of my favorite moves.
Mm-hmm.
I just loved him, and I think he was an overall better wrestler, yes, than Edge. Yes.
Yep.
If Kurt was in Edge era,
It might have been a little different.
he would probably been a world champion.
Yeah, definitely should have been a world champion.
Yep. All right. Next up, we got Ricky Steamboat and Booker T. Mr. Six Time.
Yeah, this one I don't know. This one kind of, for me, I guess the way we were seeding everything, it didn't really dawn on me that this is how this one would shake out.
Yeah, I don't think Booker T should have been a top 4 seed either.
No,
Now
all.
I look at it.
Now, with that said, with that said, and keeping the theme in mind for all of the upsets that which we've had, I'm gonna go with Ricky Steamboat on this
I think overall, yeah, better wrestler in the ring wrestler, yeah.
one.
Yeah, I would say Ricky would get the win over Booker. I think he would get the win over Booker. Absolutely. Okay. All right, we got Ricky moving on. Next up, I don't even need. We don't even need to talk about this. I already know my Scott Hall. Oh, sorry, Strickland. I got Scott Hall winning. I'm not even worried about it.
All right. Well, next up,
But I mean, you get if you want to think Swerve.
I have zero argument over Scott Hall versus over Swerve.
I love Swerve too. I didn't like this matchup when we did it. But hey, I got the bad guy.
Yeah, 100%, 100%, and I'm in complete agreement with you on that one. Now, this next one, I don't know. Finn Balor and Kurt Angle, really?
Kurt Angle I think he should have been higher than Booker T. I think he should have been at least a 4 seed.
Yeah, you're right.
But I don't think Finn Balor's on Kurt Angle's level.
No, I think he'd put up a good fight, though. I don't think it would be. I don't think he'd get in there and get squashed. Finn's put on some good matches with bigger guys and way more skilled guys, but Angle is just Angle.
He was on a different level.
Yeah.
Okay, I got Kurt moving on too. Okay. Next, if you want to talk about this one.
Yeah. Next up, our 710. One of my favorite Samoans, probably top 3 of my favorite Samoan wrestlers ever. Now that since we all know the cat's out the bag and he's not Japanese. Yokozuna against our 10th seed Moose.
I gotta go with Yoko, man.
Yeah, like 1993 Royal Rumble winner Yoko. Not, can't do the bonsai drop because the rope is popping on him. Yoko, but not him. But the dude was just ridiculous, man. Like, never been nobody his size to do the things that he's been able to do. And this is taking nothing away from Moose because Moose is a phenomenal talent, but I think he would just be. Moose wouldn't be enough. Moose might need Obafemi's help to get a win against Yoko.
And he was a bucket getter.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
He could hoop.
Put you down there on that block, it was over with. I believe anything. I believe 99% of Mark Henry's stories, and he was the one that said it. So, yeah, I'm with him on that one.
All right, 15-2. We got Bret Hart and Gunther. Maybe at the end of the day, after his career is over with, Gunther probably would be. Well, it could be flipped around, but as right now, early in his WWE career, is one title run, one Intercontinental, one world title run, and Bret just has more accolades right now.
Yeah, very true. Very true. I mean, even if you take that away, this is a classic right here. If you're just going based off of in-ring, like Gunther right now against prime Bret Hart, I'd say like 1994, 95 Bret Hart.
Yeah, he's gonna.
This one would definitely be a classic. But I mean, at the end of the day, gotta go with Bret Hart. Got to go with Bret Hart.
Oh yeah. Are we getting Gunther and Bill Goldberg?
I hope the hell not. It wouldn't mean anything if he loses at WrestleMania.
Bill Goldberg.
I can do without seeing Billy Two Moves in a ring all 2005.
And why
25,
Uncle
I'm sorry.
and Uncle Brett's been talking out his neck lately
He's been
too.
talking crazy. I'm telling you, he got kicked harder than we think.
And he got a Legends deal probably too. So they're about anybody that wasn't, they would like support AEW, but not once they signed that Legends deal, they probably get told to shit on them.
Yeah, or not even, but just earn your money the way you've been earning your money.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next up, we got Roman Reigns and Antonio. I have, even though I like Antonio, legend, I got Roman winning this one.
I got Roman winning this one too.
So not really too much to talk about. We got Roman going on to the Sweet 16. Next, we got Kurt Hennig and Ricky the Steamboat.
Would it on paper, great one. I'm pretty sure they've had some. Did Ricky Steamboat ever work in AWA? I think he was just like Mid-Atlantic and Georgia and Florida. I don't think he worked AWA.
Well, I got Ricky winning this one actually.
Do you over Mr. Perfect?
Yeah,
that's interesting. That is interesting.
I think he was just a little bit better in ring.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, not. It's close.
Yeah.
Ricky's had just, I think, yeah, he did wrestle in AEWA in '76.
Okay, but I don't think Kurt Hennig was still in high school then. Him and Rick Rude and the Z-Man and
yeah,
a whole bunch of other them dudes was still in high school.
He wrestled there for 1 year.
Okay, so they may or may not have crossed paths at some point in time. I don't know. Wow, you're going with Ricky over ooh-wee.
I just think that he had a little bit more accolades then.
I mean, because Kurt Hennig stayed in AWA for so long, I think that kind of, I don't want to say it hindered him, but he didn't really go elsewhere to make himself a star. He was kind of loyal to his territory. But everywhere Ricky went, he won.
But
and
if you want,
he's got a. I know, but he's got a couple of titles that Mr. Perfect would never got to hold. So I see your point. He was an NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Had the big gold belt for a little bit, and he was. I mean, both of them were Intercontinental Champion, but I kind of give that nod to Steamboat because of how he won it and what that match did for what WrestleMania is today. So. Absolutely,
I mean,
we can go Ricky Steamboat.
Kurt Hennig was an AWA World Champion too, but
he was an AWA World Champion, yeah, but that was a territorial championship. Ricky Steamboat was an NWA.
Yeah, I know.
So it kind of to the purists, it kind of means more. It means more to some, and that's not taking nothing away from Mr. Perfect. But had he left and went, to become a bigger star somewhere, I think I might have given him a nod.
All right. So we got Ricky moving on to Sweet 16, number 13 seed. Scott Hall, Kurt Angle. I know it's going to hurt my heart to say this. I love Scott Hall, but I got to go with Kurt, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Kurt just better accolades, but more in ring, better in ring, of course. Probably better on the mic, too.
I would disagree. Two different sides of the just two different sides of the coin, like just on separate ends of it all. Kurt Angle was just, I mean, he was good, but it's not too much that he said that I memorize or remember, or you know what I'm saying. Like Scott Hall has some classic lines.
Yeah. Or how about that? Or that Kurt Angle demon laugh, that one with the mouthpiece in his mouth.
Yeah, I mean that worked for that. That was actually my favorite, like ECW Angle. That was like my favorite, one of my favorite versions of Kurt Angle.
But I think overall, Kurt Angle gets the nod.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we got a rematch now.
Yeah, we do. Yoko versus Brett. Yoko versus Brett. Just too much man. I'm gonna have to go with Yoko. I'm sorry, just too much human.
Yep, too much human. We got 7 seed up, two seed got upset early on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the Sweet 16. Roman, Ricky. Roman's gonna get it. We got the win. That's not really too much we can say about that. Roman has a little bit better.
Yeah, he's just the guy.
All right, then we got Yoko and
Kurt Angle.
I gotta go with Yoko again.
Yeah, I don't think he's
You know
going.
what? I
He's
want to
not
set
going
up.
to get. I see where you're going, but I don't think that Yoko's going to be taking too many German suplexes or
No,
be in any position to be put in an ankle lock or an angle slam or anything like that. So going with Yoko.
excuse me, in the lead 8, we got family members going against each other. We got Yoko and Roman. Yoko's the first really Samoan to take care of his family like that. Big,
Yep.
World champion. 1st probably the best performer ever in the Samoan bloodline. Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Most championships.
I know, but
I'm going with Roman to the Final 4.
Okay. Okay. I mean, it's tough, man, because I'm really like having this match in my head on like 2K25 or something like that. But
yeah,
Roman's just the guy right now. He's
yeah.
said it. He said it, and he's meant it. He is the guy right now.
All right. Now we're moving on to the Midwest bracket. We got first matchup. Andre, for you, it's Andre the Giant versus Okada.
Andre the Giant versus Okada. So, and I don't really
see you later, Okada. Bye bye.
Right? How you gonna rainmaker a man that's 500 pounds?
You're not.
You absolutely are not.
There's no way he can rainmaker a man over 500 pounds and that big, that tall too. He would have to jump up and rain.
Right. Or figure it out on his own. I don't know what he'd be able to do.
Yeah, let's just go with Andre on this one. I don't see anything. All right. Next matchup, we got Big Van Vader and Tito Santana. I know.
Love me some Tito, but
I love me some Vader.
I do too. I do too. We're gonna go with Vader on this one.
Anybody? Yeah, because he actually held the world championships. Vader has.
Yeah, yes.
Tito hasn't.
No, he should have.
Should have, but he didn't.
Right. Should have let him turn heel too.
Yeah.
Tito wanted to turn heel instead of Rick Martel. They were like, nah, Chico.
I know. All right. So 5-12 matchup, we got HBK versus Bob Backlund.
Gotta go with Shawn Michaels on this one. Got to
go
with Shawn Michaels on this one.
I think HBK is going to get this one. We don't have a 12. The 12 is not going to get this one this time.
Not this region. Not at all. This next one is probably one that I would hate to see actually happen. I really would hate to see this one actually happen. You seem like you don't really care who wins this one.
Oh, actually, I'd rather have Triple H win than the other guy.
Than the other guy? Well, then, I mean, I'm thinking that too. I'm thinking that too because I don't want to see the other guy. Anyway. I mean, we can say his name. He's not as bad as the other guy, but he's still the other guy. Triple H over Lex Luger in this one. Everybody, nothing to report here. How 413 is supposed to go. So trips over the total package.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, just even if in ring, Mike, and accolades, he has it all over him.
He does. He really does.
All right. So next up, we got Seth Rollins going against Solo, and I think we should have put somebody else in there instead of Solo. I think
I do too. I was really scrambling for names.
I know.
I don't think it would have mattered anyway. Being a 14 seed against Seth, who was rocking the Bray Wyatt boots on Friday. Shout out to Seth for that. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the architect here on this one, because the way it's looking in this next round.
I don't see too many upsets on this region.
Me neither. I know one that you're not going.
Oh, already nope. But the next one up, we got 11-6, the 11-6 matchup. We got Scott Steiner and Eddie. I love Eddie. Eddie was in ring.
Gotta go with Eddie. Just for booking purposes right now, I'm gonna go with Eddie. Like, check all the boxes. You're absolutely right. Eddie was just better overall on the mic and the ring than Scotty Steiner. I'm not really, and again, no knock to Scott Steiner of the Steiner brothers. He's my favorite. He was super innovative in his younger days with the different suplexes and pile drivers and things that he was doing. And a man that big doing a Hurricane Rana even from off the top rope. Like, Scott Steiner was ahead of his time, but Eddie Guerrero was Eddie Guerrero. So I'm gonna go, and cherry on top for booking purposes, I'm going Eddie Guerrero, because I would love to see an Eddie Seth matchup. That would be pretty interesting.
All right. So next up we got Bray Wyatt versus that guy that says he's from Chicago. I don't remember his name.
Pepsiville from Lockport, Illinois. I'm gonna go with Bray Wyatt too. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Bray Wyatt too. I love me some CM Punk, but
why?
Because, man,
are you gonna love him after what he did to your boy on SmackDown?
Yeah, I was a CM Punk fan before Roman Reigns. I was a CM Punk fan before Roman Reigns was even Roman Reigns.
But Roman Reigns is your guy, man. He's like your number 2 wrestler ever.
He is my guy, but if I'm gonna be a homer, I already don't like a lot. I already don't really rock with the Chicago sports teams. So if I'm gonna root for anybody from Chicago, it's gonna be CM Punk.
Not Lex Luger?
Lex Luger's not from Chicago.
I'm just saying. That's what they say.
At least Punk is from Illinois. The Road Warriors, Lex Luger, they're not even from Illinois. Like, no. Absolutely not. They about as from Illinois as Bad News Brown is from Harlem. And he's Canadian, so.
And Booker T, when they first came out, said it was from Harlem too.
From 110th Street, sucker.
Even though it's from the South. Houston.
Right, Houston. So
what's he say now? What's he say now? Something ducky duck duck, whatever he says.
Don't remind me. I don't even watch NXT because of Booker T. Moving forward to our WrestleMania 4 main event rematch, should be everybody's favorite wrestler, Macho Man Randy Savage, against the best heel of my childhood ever, the greatest heel of my upbringing, Ted DiBiase.
Even though he said, and he, the diss track on Hogan.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's my favorite rap song ever now.
Your favorite rap song. I'm gonna go with Macho Man on this one, just out of sheer favoritism.
I love it.
Macho Man on this one.
All right, let's move on to this round of 32. How about
reinforce the ring for this one, like Gorilla Monsoon used to say.
I'm not gonna pick. I'm gonna let you. Since it's your favorite wrestler, I'm not gonna pick any of his matches. I'm gonna let you do it like you did with me with Scott Hall.
Listen, I was in full agreement with you with Scott Hall until it was time not to be. But I don't think that Vader would do too much to a prime Andre the Giant.
No. I said I didn't want to really, interject on. I didn't.
Please do.
No. I still, for this one, I have Prime Andre beat Vader.
Yeah, I don't see Vader doing too much with Prime Andre at all. I mean, it would be fun to watch, but I don't see Andre. I don't see him losing to Vader.
Oh my goodness!
Oh wow!
Yeah, teammates, DX,
wow,
boys, best friends, the clique. Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
I'm going with Shawn Michaels.
I was on the fence. I was 50-50 with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Shawn Michaels.
All right, so we can go move on with Shawn Michaels. I got Shawn on that one too. And I want to talk about, let's see, Seth Rollins and Eddie Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
That's a tough one. This is a tough one. This would definitely get 5 stars from Uncle Dave. I don't care who works in what promotion. This is getting 5 stars from Uncle Dave. But I gotta go with Eddie, man. I gotta go with Eddie. Just off of ring psychology alone, I gotta go with Eddie. He'd piss Seth off and make him lose focus and probably cause him to get DQ'd or, just some typical Eddie Guerrero tactics.
Yeah. Yeah. We can do that. We'll go with Eddie. All right. So our next matchup we got is Bray Wyatt and Macho Man Randy Savage.
I like this one. Love me some Bray Wyatt, but Macho Man is that guy. I would have loved to have seen, like, for real, but I'm gonna go with Macho Man on this one.
Yeah, I really believe so too. Same. I think Macho Man just had a better overall. Bray Wyatt didn't have a longer career, but Macho Man had an overall better career, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I love Macho Man. Macho Man's one of my faves.
Always gonna be up there at the top.
All right, moving on to Sweet 16 in the Midwest bracket, we have Andre the Giant, HBK.
Still gotta go with Andre on this one.
Okay.
Still gotta go with Andre on this. I don't see how Shawn could win. I just don't see how Shawn could win. Don't see it.
All right. Yeah. We got Andre moving on to the lead 8. Next up, we got Eddie Guerrero and Macho Man.
This region has been tough, like, for the most part.
I gotta go with Mach, man.
Yeah, I still gotta go with Mach. I'm definitely gotta go with Mach in this one.
Yeah, I think Macho Man is gonna move on, and well, we got our first 1 versus 2 in the region.
Mm-hmm.
Andre the Giant against Macho Man Randy Savage, going to the final 4 in the Midwest bracket. Who do we have, Mr. Richmond?
Not just out of favoritism. Still sticking with Andre, though.
All right, we got Andre the Giant. He is your Midwest region winner. Moving on to the final 4. Let's see who he will play in the final 4. Who would be his matchup? Let's move it on to the West bracket. We got Stone Cold versus Kerry Von Erich.
What do you think about this one? 2 Texas guys and kind of came up and along, not at the same time, but kind of traveled a similar path as far as where they performed and where they cut their teeth and everything.
Probably still go with Steve.
Probably still go with Stone Cold. I'm with
one of the closer 1 versus 16.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we can go with Steve on this one.
100%.
AKA Cat Dad, AKA Beer Man, AKA Ranch Owner.
Right.
All right. AJ Styles versus Ron Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go on this one.
I'm going with AJ Styles.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with AJ Styles.
I'm on the fence with it, so I can see. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go with AJ Styles.
Okay. All right, our 5-12, we got Cody Rhodes and Harley Race.
Yeah, battle of the blondes, I guess. Harley was just super tough. I mean, there was really just no two ways around it. Like inside the ring and outside, he's one of those guys that would be named on your side if you needed like 4 guys in a bar fight. Like Ice Cube's son asks every guest on his show if there was guys in the bar, who would be?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like a lot of the older guys would say Harley Race because he was just
and they wouldn't let Roman use his family members.
They wouldn't let him. That would be no fair. But yeah. But I mean, through all of that, as much as this is hurting me so bad right now, I'm not. There's not going to be. There's not going to be an upset here. Dashing Cody Rhodes over Harley Race, right?
Right here?
Over Harley Race. Yes.
Stardust.
All of that foolishness.
Okay, Cody, moving on. Next we got. I don't think it's close, but I got Randy Orton like winning big time.
Oh yeah, I got Randy Orton in less than 3 minutes.
I love Joe Hendry. I can't wait to see him at the end of. I can't wait to see him live at the end of the month in a triple threat match for the TNA World Championship with Ethan Page and your boy Frankie Kazarian. He's not your boy.
Please retire. Take Jericho with you and Rey Mysterio and Cope.
Yeah, so we got Randy moving on. All right, next up we got Ric Flair and Terry Gordy.
Terry Gordy, I mean, you ever come across like that mid-major that you've never heard of that just makes it into the tournament?
Yeah.
Kind of Terry Gordy's place in all of this right now. Bam Bam was my favorite Freebird, though. Bam Bam Gordy was my favorite Freebird. But, you know, it's Ric Flair. Can't really say too much. He's spent more on spilt liquor than most people have, you know, in bars across the country than most people have in their whole life. And all of that other good fun stuff that he used to say to get people, you know, get people's attention. But I got to go with Rick on this one.
Yeah, I think so too. I got to go with Rick on this one. Mm-hmm. Even though he got kicked out of a bar in Gainesville, Florida not too long ago.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah.
That too.
All right.
Good old Richard Fliehr.
Next, we got the battle of the two big men.
Mm-hmm.
You got Psycho Sid, one of my favorite wrestlers.
Mine too.
One of my favorite. Hey, Kevin Nash, one of my favorite.
Mine too.
So this one was really torn for me, but I think at the end of the day, Kevin had a little bit more accolades.
Yeah, Kevin, from start to finish, Kevin had the only reason why I say Kevin had a better career from start to finish is because Kevin's career ended better than Sid's career, kind of like in the middle or where it started off, because it kind of really all fell down here for Sid after the whole Horseman incident with Arn Anderson and
right.
You know, like Nash cared for the business. Sid was just in it for the money, even though he was really good at what he did. He was really good at what he did, and you know, like they've had some solid matches. They had a couple good matches in the '90s when they were working for the old man. I don't remember them working too much together in WCW, probably because I wasn't watching at that time.
Well, they had a little bit, not too much, but some.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and give the nod to Kevin Nash on this one. Much as it hurts me to say, because Sid, like I said, Sid's one of my personal favorites, but so is Nash. But I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Nash on this one.
All right, we got Kevin Nash moving on. First upset in a while of this tournament.
Yeah, this bracket, everybody's been a high seed.
Yeah. How about this one up? Barry Windham and the Great Muta.
Mm-hmm. This was an interesting one when I was putting it together. I like the Great Muta in this one.
Yeah.
I like the Great Muta in this one.
Okay.
He's definitely more decorated.
Even though I have my Barry Windham's autograph on a toy.
Yeah.
When it was Blackjack Wyndham.
Oh, okay.
Him and Bradshaw.
Yeah. Barry had a really good career, Hall of Fame career just on his own, not even as a member of the Horsemen or the U.S. Express. He's one of those guys that could actually, you know, get inducted for what he did on his own. But yeah. Muta just took, you know, he took American eyes and placed them on Japanese wrestling so much. Like he kind of was like I don't want to say the godfather or forefather, but he was like the pioneer. You know, all of those cliche terms. He was that.
Yeah.
He was that. I mean, you know, I would like to say for guys our age, because I don't remember what year it was when we first started wrestling over. I want to say it was like 87, 88. He had that TV title run, and then he had a feud with Sting. But prior to that, you didn't really hear about the Great Muta, you know. But he's a legend in Japan. He's probably the biggest star in Japanese wrestling history. Sucks that I had to put him at a 10 seed, but you know it is what it is. I'm going with the Great Muta on this one.
Yeah, I think so. I really do think so too, even though it hurts me. But I mean, and I don't agree. I mean, personal, you know. But I'm not gonna. What's it called? Just because I think I like a guy better doesn't mean he's deserving of the win. Let me put it that way.
Unless it's Andre the Giant. Oh no, I'm joking.
All right, so in our last first round matchup of the tournament, Jeff Hardy versus Dusty Rhodes.
Interesting one. Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, super interesting. Like, you know, Jeff would be in the air the whole time because Dusty wasn't the swiftest, but you know, what goes up must come down. So, I'm gonna go with Dusty on this one too.
Yeah, Jeff's gonna try to come off for a swanton dive. Dusty's gonna come and hit it with the elbow while he's in the mid-air and kills him
right between the eyes. And
not kills him, but he, you know,
right. And then dance poorly afterwards.
I know. I love Dusty Rhodes, man.
Man, miss Dusty a ton.
Yeah. All right. Stone Cold and AJ Styles in round of 32.
Yeah, I gotta go with Stone Cold on this one.
I know. Closer?
Close, very close. Very close. Probably a match of the night on whatever show type of candidate. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Stone Cold on that one.
Cody and Randy Orton. I think Randy.
I'm thinking Randy.
Yeah, I think Randy gets it. This is in-ring longevity, his career overall right now. But yeah, so let's go with Randy.
Randy.
Flair and Nash. I probably have to go with Ric Flair.
Yep, I'm thinking Ric Flair.
You know, just Ric Flair is one of the GOATs, one of the Mount Rushmore guys.
He is kind of hard to choose against.
Yeah,
against anybody who's in that company.
All right, we got the Great Muta and Dusty Rhodes.
Still gonna have to go with Dusty. Still gonna have to.
It's gonna be a great match, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I'm gonna go with Dusty on that one.
All right. So moving on to the Sweet 16 of the West region, we have Stone Cold and Randy Orton in the Sweet 16.
I gotta stay with the guy on top. Gotta stick with Austin on this one.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's tough, but yeah, I agree. And the last Sweet 16 of the tournament, we have Ric Flair and Dusty. I'm going with my guy Dusty.
You gonna go with Dusty?
I just think Dusty, you know, he might not have had many title reigns as him, but I think he was a better in-ring performer.
He was and a lot better on the mic. A lot better on the mic. You know, and off camera, Dusty was who Rick was on camera. So with all of the flashy coats and like that fur coat that Gordon said, that was Dusty's actual fur coat. Yeah. They said he would see Rick buy something and he would go buy something the same thing, just more expensive. So, you know, I used to love hearing those types of stories about Dusty. And, you know, it's Dusty, man. Like it's really hard for me to, even though Flair is a Mount Rushmore guy, like you said, Dusty just checks Dusty checks boxes, a couple more boxes more than Flair.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. Then our Elite Eight, we have Stone Cold versus Dusty Rhodes.
And this is where the mighty will fall. I'm going Dusty.
Yeah, Dusty Final Four, baby. Cutting that down for the West region.
This is where the mighty will fall.
Yeah, Dusty with so good. Now we have our Final Four. Our first one, we have Stinger. We're going one-on-one with Roman Reigns. Andre the Giant going one-on-one with Dusty. Let's kick it out to the first one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna kick it out to my broadcast partner. We got Roman Reigns versus the Stinger. Where you going with?
I'm going with Roman. Going with Roman. I know what Sting's done from the start to the finish, but it's things that Roman's done that nobody else is ever gonna do. Like, I don't think we will ever see another one man, be champion for 4 years, almost 4 years, and not even just that, but the way he did it, the way he anchored the best storyline I've ever seen. On the personal side, just everything he went through with his disease and how he overcame that and was still able to come back and be a peak performer. And this is just the best version of him that we're getting right now. And I mean, it might be some recency bias, but I think when it's all said and done, Roman's gonna have a better career than a lot of these guys that were in this tournament.
Okay, I ain't got no gripes on that. No gripes. In our second national semifinal, we had Dusty versus Andre the Giant. I'm staying out of this.
Once again, I'm going with Dusty.
Dusty Rhodes.
I'm going with Dusty.
With the upset.
I really wouldn't think that. Yeah,
No,
it
I
would
mean,
definitely be
because he's a
upset.
2 seed. I'm talking about
Yeah.
seating wise.
Yeah, yep. I'm going with Dusty over Andre. I'm going with Dusty over Andre the Giant. That was a tough one, but I'm going with Dusty over Andre the Giant.
And on our natty guys, we have Roman Reigns going 1-on-1 with the American Dream. Dusty Rhodes. Dream. His son's a nightmare.
Mhm.
Yeah. Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
The man who basically taught Roman how to be a professional. Student versus the teacher. Roman gets the win back for his family from Dusty's family for his family.
Yep.
I'm going with Roman on this one.
All right. Yeah, I think Roman Reigns deserving to be your 2025 the filler segment national champion. Congratulations, Roman. Cut the nets down. So, guys, we thank you for tuning into our special edition of March Madness. Please come back next week. And just a reminder, you can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, all the good social media platforms. Until next time, guys, peace.